Poland says it has faced its most dangerous night since World War II. Prime Minister Donald Tusk warned that we are closest to open conflict since 1945 after 19 Russian drones violated Polish airspace in an overnight assault. Warsaw called the incursion a large-scale provocation and announced it has formally invoked NATO Article 4.
We have recorded 19 intrusions into Polish airspace. For the first time, a significant portion of these drones entered directly from Belarus. This provocation exceeds previous boundaries and is incomparably more dangerous from Poland's point of view than all others.
The attacks stretched from 11:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. Polish and NATO air defenses shot down at least 3 drones, possibly more. Airports in Warsaw, Modlin, Rzeszów, and Lublin were temporarily shut as Allied jets scrambled to intercept the threat.
The fact that, for the first time in history, hostile Russian drones were shot down over the territory of a NATO country is, of course, a success for our and NATO's military forces. But it also changes the political situation. That is why we requested consultations under Article 4.
At NATO headquarters, Secretary-General Mark Rutte confirmed consultations were underway, warning that the violation was not an isolated incident. He praised the rapid joint response by Polish, Dutch, Italian, German, and NATO forces.
Allies expressed solidarity with Poland and denounced Russia's reckless behavior. A full assessment of the incident is ongoing. What is clear is that the violation last night is not an isolated incident. The Supreme Allied Commander will continue to actively manage our deterrence and defense posture along the entire eastern flank. Allies are resolved to defend every inch of Allied territory. We will closely monitor the situation along our eastern flank.
Moscow dismissed the accusations. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov accused NATO and the EU of hysteria.
The leadership of the EU and NATO accuse Russia of provocation on a daily basis, most often without even trying to present any kind of arguments.
Russia's envoy in Warsaw, Andrzej Ordash, also rejected Poland's claims, calling them groundless. European leaders rallied behind Poland. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas said indications suggest the incursion was intentional, not accidental. French President Emmanuel Macron condemned the violation as simply unacceptable and pledged full solidarity.
Last night in Poland, we saw the most serious European airspace violation by Russia since the war began, and indications suggest it was intentional, not accidental. The EU stands in full solidarity with Poland.
The incursion of Russian drones into Polish airspace during an attack carried out by Russia against Ukraine is simply unacceptable. I condemn it in the strongest possible terms. We will not compromise on the security of the Allies.
Poland insists the overnight drone attacks mark a turning point, a deliberate test of NATO's defenses. With Article 4 consultations now activated, Warsaw is demanding stronger air protection and a united Allied front against Moscow's escalating campaign.